Hello friends, this is Dr. Pawan Jagannath Tamde, working as Assistant Professor in Chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nashik. In this video lecture, we will see practical observations in nucleophilic substitution reaction which are base for different types of nucleophilic substitution reactions. In order to see this practical observation, once again we will see what are substitution reaction. So if you look at this chemical equation, you will find that here this primary alkyl halide, that is propyl bromide, reacting with KCN, and there is a formation of this type of compound. So in this reaction, this compound is called as electrophile, or it is also called as substrate. This is alkyl halide. This is called as nucleophile. Here this Cn minus is acting as a nucleophile, and this is the product which we will get in this reaction, and Br negative is acting as a leaving group. In the same way, if we change the substrate and nucleophile, we can get number of examples for this type of substitution reaction at aliphatic carbon atom. So look at these examples. In this case, this tertiary alkyl halide is an electrophile. H2O is acting as a nucleophilic species, and this is our product, and Cl minus is a leaving group. In the same way, this is substrate, that is electrophile. This methanol, that is alcohol, is acting as a nucleophile during reaction. This is the product, and Cl minus, which is now a part of HCl, is leaving group during the course of reaction. Once again, if you look at these three reactions carefully, you will find that during these reactions there are some bonds which are breaking, and at the same time some bonds are forming. In these three reactions, there is a breaking of carbon Br, carbon Cl, and carbon Cl bond. So these bonds are breaking, and a new bond between carbon and nucleophiles are forming. So there is a formation of new bond between carbon and carbon, carbon and OH, and carbon and oxygen. So these bonds are forming during the course of reaction. So remember, in nucleophilic substitution reaction, we are having these important terms: electrophile, nucleophile, and leaving group. Now we will see certain key observations during nucleophilic substitution reactions which are practically observed. And the first practical observation in SN reaction is, when we measure the rate of nucleophilic substitution reaction, it has been observed that in some cases substitution rate is proportional to concentration of two different species, that is the substrate and the nucleophile. However, in certain cases it has been observed that the rate of reaction is depending upon concentration of substrate only, and it is independent of concentration of nucleophile. For example, if you look at this basic reaction where alkyl halide is reacting with methanol, and we will get this type of product, in this case it has been observed that rate depends upon concentration of alkyl halide, that is this species, and also depending upon concentration of methanol. Means if we change the concentration of alkyl halide and or methanol, then there is an effect on rate of reaction. Rate of reaction also changes. However, if you look at this reaction, then in this reaction it has been observed that rate of reaction is depending upon concentration of alkyl halide only, and it is independent of concentration of this nucleophilic species. It means when we change the concentration of this alkyl halide, there is a change in rate of reaction is observed. However, when we alter the concentration of methanol, there is no appreciable change in rate of reaction. So this is the first practical observation in nucleophilic substitution reactions. So these are the similar type of reaction, but rate of reaction is either depending upon substrate plus nucleophile, or rate of reaction is depending only on substrate and it is independent of nucleophilic species. The second practical observation in case of SN reaction is Rate of reaction depends upon certain conditions. So what this means? This can be understood by this example. If you look at this example, in this case, this alkyl bromide is reacting with water, where water will act as a nucleophile and we will get the product. And in this case also, this alkyl bromide, which is tertiary alkyl bromide, reacting with water and we will get this tertiary alcohol as a product. So in both of these cases, the nucleophile which we are using is a weak nucleophile, that is water. And it has been observed that the rate for this reaction, that is reaction of primary alkyl halide with weak nucleophile, is slow. And when tertiary alkyl halide is reacted with this weak nucleophile, then rate of reaction is found to be faster. So in some cases, the reaction rate depends on the type of alkyl halide. Primary alkyl halide are found to react slowly and tertiary alkyl halides are found to react faster. However, when the same substrates are allowed to react with some stronger nucleophile, like when the same substrates are allowed to react with NaOH, we are going to get similar kind of product. We are expecting similar product. Here primary alcohol and in this case tertiary alcohol. But in these two examples, the nucleophile which we are using is OH minus, and OH minus is strong nucleophile as compared to water. And in these particular examples, it has been observed that in case of primary alkyl halide, rate of reaction is fast, which was slow when we were using water as a nucleophilic species without base. And this tertiary alkyl halide found not to react under this particular condition in expected way. However, this tertiary alkyl halide is giving some different product, and this is not a substitution product. This product is an elimination product. So if you look at these two reactions, then similar alkyl halides are allowed to react with different nucleophile, and we will find a difference in rate of reaction. So if conditions are slightly changed, the behavior of reaction is found to change. We will summarize these two examples in one slide, and if you look at this slide, you will note that in the first case, this primary alkyl bromide, that is propyl bromide, is reacting with water and we are expecting this product. In this case, this tertiary alkyl bromide is reacting with water and we are expecting this particular product. Now we change the nucleophile. Water is weak nucleophile, however NaOH produces OH minus ion which act as a nucleophile, and OH minus ion is stronger nucleophile as compared to water. And when this NaOH is reacting with this alkyl halide, we are expecting similar product. And when this NaOH is allowed to react with this tertiary alkyl bromide, we are expecting this product. What is happening practically is, in first case, rate of reaction is slow. However, when we change the type of nucleophile, then with same substrate, the rate of reaction is found to be faster. When this tertiary alkyl halide is reacted with weaker nucleophile, then rate of reaction is fast. However, when we react this tertiary alkyl halide with stronger nucleophile, then reaction do not proceed in our expected way. However, we got the unexpected elimination product in that particular case. So, dear friends, there is a profound effect of condition on rate of reaction, and this can be observed from these four examples. So this is second practical observation in case of nucleophilic substitution reactions. So the third observation is very important, that is stereochemistry of reaction. So what is that? Consider this example. When this secondary alkyl halide is allowed to react with NaOH, we are expecting this product. Now we will think from stereochemistry point of view. If you look at this starting material, then in this starting material, this carbon is attached to 4 different atoms or group, and thus it is a chiral center. This molecule do not possesses any symmetry operation, and thus molecule is optically active, and this molecule can be present in two different forms. If we start this reaction with optically active compound, then we are expecting some product over here. In this case, it has been observed that when we start from optically active substrate, then we will get optically active product. But there is inversion of configuration. Means if we start with R isomer, then we will get S isomer as a product, or vice versa. So this is first observation in case of SN reactions. However, if we change the substrate from say this secondary alkyl halide to this tertiary alkyl halide, in this case also this carbon is attached to 4 different atoms or group. So this is chiral center. There is no symmetry operation in this molecule. So molecule is optically active and it can have 2 different isomers, enantiomers. If we start this reaction from optically active compound, then it has been observed that the product is optically inactive, and in this case it has been observed that there is a inversion and retention of configuration. The 50% product is obtained with inversion of configuration and 50% product obtains with retention of configuration, and these molecule compensate their optical activity, and thus product is optically inactive. You can say that product is a racemic mixture. So in both of these cases, our starting material is more or less same, the nucleophile is same, but the outcome of reaction is different. In one case there is an inversion of configuration, we will get optically active product, and in another case when we start from optically active substrate, we are getting optically inactive product. There is a 50% inversion and 50% retention of configuration. So this is the practical observation in nucleophilic substitution reactions. So these are the key observation in nucleophilic substitution reaction. During the course of reaction, the carbon leaving group bond breaks and carbon nucleophile bond forms. Secondly, nucleophilic substitution reaction varies according to substrate. If we change the substrate, then under similar set of condition, rate of reaction is found to be different. In some cases, rate of reaction is found to be dependent on concentration of substrate only, and it is independent of concentration of nucleophilic species. However, in certain cases, the rate of reaction is found to be depending upon concentration of alkyl halide, that is substrate, and nucleophile as well. And last but not the least, the stereochemical outcome of reaction is found to be different with different substrates. If we start these SN reactions with optically active substrates, it has been observed that we can get different types of product depending upon structure of our substrates. So these are the key practical observations in nucleophilic substitution reaction. And after careful examination of these all practical observation, we came to conclusion that there are two different pathways for these nucleophilic substitution reactions, and depending upon those pathways, these nucleophilic substitution reactions are divided into SN1 and SN2 reactions. Now we will see what is SN1 reaction and what is SN2 reaction in next video lectures. I hope during this video lecture you understand what are the practical observations in nucleophilic substitution reactions, and depending upon that practical observation, we got two different types of nucleophilic substitution reactions. One is SN1 reaction and other is SN2 reaction. In next video lecture, we will see the concept of SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks a lot.